It's recording! My shockwave thing decided to crash on me a minute ago because it doesn't like me whatsoever, apparently. But, no. This is about a post that I saw on Facebook, and it saddens me a little bit because the post said, which there were cuss words, even though not that matters, but I'm just not saying them. This suicide crap is bullcrap. Be happy somebody commits suicide. They did it to get through, or starting over. This suicide crap is bullcrap. Be happy somebody commits suicide. They did it to get rid of the pain and get out of this hellhole, and they achieved it once they died. I'm happy for everybody who has committed suicide, including that little Amanda Todd. And it's like, seriously? I mean, that's just really sickening and really sad to me, because suicide. You know, they could have been here longer, and they could have made better moments with everyone, and yet that couldn't happen. Because people had to bully people, taunt someone, mock and pick on these people, and they took it all to heart. And you know, the people that committed suicide went through quite a bit of pain as they went on, and as they ended themselves. It's not something to be happy about whatsoever, because they even take this pain when they die. You know, the taunts, the insults, and everything else is carried with them, because those kind of things stick forever. It's not like you're gonna die and everything just goes away. And, you know, you don't forget something like that. Because, you know, if you call a chick fat, it doesn't matter if they're fat or not, that's gonna hurt them a little bit. You know, if you call a chick a slut, which is what happened in that post and I didn't want to say it, that's definitely going to stick with someone. Because it's judging on them, and you know, sure, someone can put thoughts as in, hey, you know, I am who I am, I'm not going to believe anything that anyone says. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to ignore what everyone says because they don't matter. Yeah, someone can convince themselves of that, but even so, every comment, insult, mockery, everything is going to hurt them just a little bit. And you know, this is really sad, because, you know, the possible ways of suicide, every little bit kinda hurts, because either you're putting pain, like physical pain, on yourself, or as you're slowly going, you're going to be thinking about, you know, possible things like, why am I doing this? How could this have happened? You know, multiple questions come up into your head. Not that I know this personally, because I've never exactly thought about it. Because the way I view it is, you know, my life isn't as bad as some other people's. Sure, I've had it rough, but that doesn't mean that I can just put it all on myself and say, hey, I have a worse life than everyone else. Because I think of kids in other areas, and, you know, like, the way I think about it is, there are kids out there who get it so much worse, because if you think about it, there are kids out there that are being sold on the slave market. And, you know, they're used, and yet they put up with it. Because they know that if they end themselves like that, that person who has been holding them is going to go for someone else. And, you know, that person may not be as strong as them. And so, you know, they play a sweet person and they just go with it, no matter how much pain they're in. And, you know, it's people like that that I would love to meet. And I would sit there and I would literally bow to them and thank them for their troubles, because they put up with it and they're being a strong person for other people. And, you know, not only that, but it's people like that that we should look up to, because they're not going to end themselves and make everything worse for themselves. Because no matter what, you still have so much ahead of you, and yet you want to end it there. to me, that's not even right. Because, sure, it's none of my business what other people do, but, if we didn't have people like bullies, then this wouldn't be going on still. Because it's people like that that constantly pick on a person, and, they say what they say, and they don't even know that they're going to hurt the person. And they don't know how hard that's going to impact that person. And, it's still going to hurt no matter what you want to say about it, no matter what you want to do about it, no matter what you want to think about it. It's going to hurt. And, sure, you can think, oh, my parents love me, they don't matter. But still, that's another human being's judgment on you, on that person. And, thinking that that person who judged another, or even you, that's gonna stay with you, even if you go on. And, there's nothing we can do about it. Because, what's done has been done. And yet, I find it truly pathetic that people are still going on about it, like Amanda Todd. I'm not saying that it's pathetic that everyone's still talking about it. I'm saying what's pathetic is what's being said. Because, that person called Amanda Todd a slut, yet they didn't know Amanda. So why should they sit there and be judgmental? Because if you don't know a person, what rights do you have to say anything about them? I mean, it's like spreading a rumor. If a rumor's going around, why don't you just stop it right there before it gets so much worse? And, I don't like it when some people say, just give them a taste of their own medicine. It's like, no, because that's going to make them hurt, and it's going to make the situation so much worse. Because, me, sure, I've said quite a few mean things without thinking, but, most of the time, I've said, hey, I'm sorry, that just came out of sheer anger, whatever, I've usually apologized for it. That, or I've just tried to get along with the person once again and forget anything had ever happened. Apologies don't solve everything, especially when someone's dead. And when things like this are going around, Amanda, her spirit could still be watching this. And she's still gonna be hurt by it. It doesn't matter what you people have to say about what I have to say. And sure, I might be getting a lot of hate for this video, but frankly, I don't care. Because no one can sit there and be like, oh yeah, I think that judging other people is the best thing to do. Nope. Because either way, the person who's gonna sit there and even bother to say that is gonna have a little doubt on it. Because anyone here, it's not like no one in this world has never gotten a little bit of judgment put on them and then felt bad for it or was upset about it. And I'm amazed how things like this can still go on. And it's like, if you get judged, then you have to judge another person to get the pain off your shoulders. I mean, that's what amazes me, yet sickens me so much at the same time. And I don't see why it's so hard not to have something so rude not come out of your mouth. And I don't see how hard it is not to press the send button when it comes to a rude message. Because it's things like that, like cyberbullying and regular face-to-face bullying, that gets to someone. I mean, sure, I'm only like 16 and saying this, but at least for me, I've realized what goes on, and yet no one else wants to realize it. Because, if I get mad at someone, I just don't say anything anymore. Because why should I get myself involved with something that I could be so much happier ignoring? And I prefer not to ruin someone else's life. Because I was already through enough drama over my summer, which was quite a few months ago. I was through so much drama, and then school started, I was in even more drama. and I just thought it through watching Leda, because Leda is my inspiration, because she is a perfect role model for these kind of things, because she also understands what's going through everyone. So, ending this, I'm going to put a link to Leda's profile and a few videos that I personally think that I look up to. I'm going to put those in the description, and please watch them just to get a further view on these kind of things. Please. But thank you for watching, and I hope you guys understand, because this is a major issue that people need to get over. So again, thank you for watching, and yeah. And please share the video, because we really need to get word around, because this is getting really bad. So